Hello everyone. Today I will start this topic of trigonometric functions and equations. This one might be a little bit longer because it involves many concepts, and I'll try my best to explain as many things as possible so that you'll be able to understand it. Let's start. We are dealing with trigonometric functions and equations. First of all, we should know what are these trigonometric functions, and later we'll come into equations. To begin with, trigonometric functions, they're coming from the right angled triangle in which we had three basic functions. So let me draw the right triangle here. Have a triangle like this. Wow, that looks somehow. Okay, let me move that. All right. Right angle triangle. So in this triangle, there's an angle there. Let's just call that angle theta. When you look at this angle, there's different sides. The one that is facing it, this side is called opposite to that angle. This one that is making together with the angle, it is called adjacent. This one, the longest side, that is opposite with the 90 degrees angle, is called with hypotenuse. Capital H. As we saw from senior 2 books, we have three basic functions. Basically, we have three basic functions. So we have sine of that angle theta, cosine of that angle theta, and tangent of that angle theta. Sine theta is equal to opposite divided by hypotenuse. Cos theta is equal to adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Then tan theta is equal to opposite divided by adjacent. Basically, these are the three trigonometric functions that by default we should know. But later, after some time, there's a need of changing things. So they'll be dividing, multiplying, adding, subtracting one, adding one to those ones. That's just like basic knowledge. But for us, we have to go deeper because we'll be doing complex things. So I'll draw a circle. I'll call this one having a radius of 1. So it's called a unit circle. Unit circle. It means radius is equal to 1. Let me draw the circle here. This one's radius is equal to 1. Okay. So after drawing something like that circle, I can put a triangle inside it. After putting the triangle inside it, I can I'll give this angle theta, and the distance from the center to where this one is stopping, I can give it x, and the distance from the center to the circumference, I can call it y. So at the end, we can have something like extracting that smaller triangle, we're going to have a triangle like that. So this one is x, this one is y, this one is theta. All right. What else do we need? No. Okay. Let's undo this. And let's have a bigger circle. Okay, so the bigger circle will look like this. This is the circle. Have this line to the side, then have another line to the side. This angle is called theta. Then we're going to cut it like that. Alright, so let's let this distance from here to here be x. X. And the distance from this point to this point, let's just call it y. And this one is 1, the radius of the circle. Okay, that's better. Alright, so we can extract that triangle, the triangle that is inside. We can extract it and put it here. So this one is x, this one is y. This angle theta. This one is the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse is 1, or we can just say r, or r is equal to 1. Okay, we are good to go. Right, so from that one, if we remember very well, from the previous classes, we learned many things about the right angle triangle. And one of these important things was the Pythagoras theorem. The Pythagoras theorem states that if you have a right angle triangle, A, B, and side C, and taking the squares of the shorter sides, A square plus B square, it should give you the longest side, its square. So the same principle from this triangle that we have here, we can put it here. Have theta, have x, we have y, we have 1. And we're going to say the shorter sides. Now instead of A, we have x square. Instead of B, we have y square. Instead of C, here we have 1 square. So this is where we want. But if you look at this triangle, you're going to express y and x in terms of theta and using trigonometric functions. We can start with, say, okay, sine theta is equal to opposite. So the opposite is y. The hypotenuse is 1, which is equal to y. At the end, we can draw this conclusion that sine theta is equal to y. Okay, the same thing about cos theta. So cos theta is equal to adjacent, which is x, divided by hypotenuse, which is 1. We can make this conclusion that cos theta is equal to x. Okay. Our new triangle is going to look like this. From those things that we have derived, so we have these new functions. Instead of having x, we're going to have cos theta, and instead of having y, we're going to have sin theta. So that's it. Then applying these ones in the Pythagoras theorem, like that theorem. Instead of using x and y, we can put on the place of x cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. Alright, so this is what we're looking for. That is what we're looking for. Okay. So this result is very important in trigonometric functions when you are solving trigonometric equations, and when you have something that you need to come up with a replacement or a substitute of something. That's why it's called identities. Okay, without going there, let's work on it very clearly. So with this one, we can try to do we can come up with some other trigonometric functions. All right. Some other trigonometric functions. So for these ones, just need to memorize them. Just need to memorize them. All right, let's start. The first one is so basically we have those three ones: sin theta, cos theta, and tan theta. Okay. What will happen if you take 1 divided by sin theta? So 1 divided by sin theta is going to give us cosec theta. Another one. One divided by cos theta. So this one is going to give us sec theta. The third one. 1 divided by tan theta. This one is going to give us cot theta. So three of them: 1 divided by sin theta is equal to cosec theta, 1 divided by cos theta is equal to sec theta, and 1 divided by tan theta is equal to cotangent theta. So we can just use the abbreviation or the short form. Instead of saying cotangent, we'll just say cot theta. That's it for this one. So in total, we have these 3 basic trigonometric functions plus these 3 ones. So at the end we have 6 basic functions. Trigonometric functions. So these ones you need to memorize them. You need to memorize them. Okay. So starting with this one, the result that we have here. Starting with that one. Cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. We want to divide full out. To see what we have at the end. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Let's divide by cos square theta throughout that function.